It's great to be back after 2 weeks. It's a brand new year and something brand new. We got PlayStation 5 playing YouTube, and I can still use my laptop for common sense alerts. Sorry about that. So let's just get right into it. We are now into Stage 3 water restrictions, and if you've been tuning in this broadcast, the city because of the rain not showing up, the city decides to go on Stage 3 water restrictions because there's not been any rain. But there is going to be some rain coming in a couple days. And we could get some more water. But not that much. But what about Lake Corpus Christi? How much water is it going to get? Well, here's a reminder.
A reminder tonight that we are now entering the fourth week of Stage 3 water restrictions. Our combined lake levels right now are at 19.2%. Keep in mind that under Stage 3, all outdoor watering is prohibited. However, you can water your home's foundation once every other week if you do it by hand.
And that's your reminder. In case you're not following it, then you can be fined.
City police have been...
And we do have some New Year's resolutions coming. Because honestly, probably nobody wants to follow through on the resolutions. So let's take a look at this.
City police have been busy this weekend by arresting yet another 3 speeders on city streets. Saturday night around 8 o'clock, officers clocked a vehicle exceeding 90 miles an hour in the 5900 block of SPID westbound. The driver of the red passenger car, 18-year-old Alexander Soto, was arrested for reckless driving and his vehicle impounded. He was transported to the city detention center for booking. Then, just before 10 p.m., officers observed a gray passenger car traveling over 95 miles an hour in the same stretch of SPID. 20-year-old Andres Hernandez was arrested for reckless driving, and his vehicle was impounded. He, too, transported to the city detention center. And then Sunday morning, just before 1 a.m., officers observed a blue passenger car traveling over 110 miles an hour in the 4000 block of SPID eastbound. That driver, 20-year-old Jacob Martinez, was arrested for reckless driving and his vehicle impounded. Marijuana was located inside his vehicle and he was additionally charged with possession. Martinez was transported to the city detention center for booking.
This has got to stop. We've been we talked about this. We've been focusing on this since, I don't know. And a lot of other people are not really understanding the warnings.
Well, with the new year.
And we're already into the new year, so here's Josh Maxwell with a warning.
On major highways, law enforcement agencies are not tolerating speeding in any capacity, especially if you get caught. We've all got places to be, whether you're picking up something at the mall or visiting a local attraction, but there are times where even the safest of drivers need reminders.
Watching our speed.
Texas DPS spokesperson Rob Mallory giving me an idea of how many people were cited for speeding in December of 2024.
14,085 traffic stops. On those traffic stops, those resulted in about 550 citations, and about 335 of those were for speed.
Some of those speeds even hitting triple digits.
Looking at this past holiday weekend, we had 2 people stopped for doing 100.
And as you've seen in our reports, local agencies like CCPD stepping up initiatives to stop speed racers in their tracks. Speed racing is something that's kept lawmen in Nueces County busy for some time now, especially along busy stretches of road like Highway 358. Those issues even being seen in other counties Like San Patricio, for example, and for those caught breaking the law, the consequences could run deeper than you could imagine.
It gets pretty expensive pretty quick.
San Patricio County Sheriff Oscar Rivera talking about the mounting fees people face when getting busted for racing, something also being seen in his area.
Gotten 3 that particular week for racing in our county jail from various places from Portland, Ingleside, Rances Pass.
Rivera saying that choice to be irresponsible, even if only one time, can stick with you for life.
We have people come over to apply for a job at other locations. They come for a background check and they're surprised that they have something in their file. Well, yes, that racing charge doesn't go away.
Now, Mallory does remind that if you're caught racing, you could start out facing anywhere from a $2,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail. Now, if you have previous convictions or kill someone while racing, that can quickly get upgraded to felony level offenses. Back to you.
Zero gives you
You
real-time
need to take this
insights so you
very
can
seriously.
confidently.
You've got to start taking this very seriously. And look, hey, I understand where people are coming from here. But we have to make sure that our drivers are safe and we gotta get to our destinations. This is not Grand Theft Auto 5. This is not one of those lazy video games. This is real life. You get caught, if you get caught in an accident, you're gonna face the consequences. So heed this warning. You choose to behave, you choose the consequences. You choose to speed race, drag race, you choose the consequences of going to jail. That's all we're saying. Well, with our New Year's resolution still ahead, driving and catching up on the Baltimore City education system. How is it doing? Some crisp past reports you don't want to miss, so please stay with us. 306 reported fireworks, 77 shots fired, 53 loud music. Those were all reported while the start of the New Year's happened. Someone's like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah, yes, I know, yeah. It's like, I get it. Like, it's the new year, you want to celebrate, but do it safely, not with gunshots and loud music, There's people out there that gotta go to work, and they got jobs. So therefore, what you need to understand is, hey, I get it. But some people go to work that day. And at least you wouldn't have to be putting yourselves in their shoes. And I never want that happening here. Because if it did, I wouldn't even be here. Let's scroll down here. There we go. Let's catch up on our Project Baltimore. Because I guarantee you, one of my main focuses this year is to get kids, one of my main focuses throughout this show is to get kids back in school and to put education back on the map. Because like I've been talking about, if you don't go to school, then in most states, mom and dad can go to jail. Or in worst case, you yourself end up going to juvie. And it's been 9 years since the truancy laws have changed here in the state of Texas to where you won't get charged. However, you could be facing up to a year in a juvenile jail if you continue going down the path. So, it's my advice here. So let's go to Baltimore City. And this is where it's a big issue here. So if you've been focusing on this broadcast, we've been focusing on the Baltimore City schools in Baltimore, Maryland, where they don't care about their education. So this is from 5 days ago. A Baltimore County school drastically cuts chronic absenteeism and lays out a plan for the state.
Everyone said it would take
It's
2
like,
years.
why would
to
you even
earn an
cut
MBA.
out?
Everyone except WGU.
Why would you
When
even...
the school is setting a new standard when it comes to attendance.
Because we all know.
McCormick Elementary, from the outside, looks like any other school.
New standard when it comes
Sorry.
to attendance.
Like, we all know school attendance is very important. We all know that. But could you ever imagine cutting back because of what the state's doing to prevent that stuff from happening? Well, it is happening in Baltimore City. And as you're about to see, they're cutting back because of what's going on with elementary. So, here's Chris Papps.
McCormick Elementary, from the outside, looks like any other school in Baltimore County.
90.
But what's happening inside of this school could hold the key
And we have fun.
to solving a significant statewide educational problem.
I am thrilled. I'm very thrilled about it.
And McCormick's principal, Ligeri Cortesis, says what her school recently achieved was not by accident.
It is a huge accomplishment, and it took a lot of work and a lot of energy and collaboration.
The Maryland State Department of Education last month released the 2024 state report card, where schools are awarded a star rating based on performance metrics such as student academic achievement, academic growth, and graduation rates. 1 star is the lowest score, 5 stars is the highest. Roughly 1,300 Maryland schools were rated. Project Baltimore analyzed the results and found throughout the entire state, only 5 schools increased by 2 stars over the previous year. One of those schools was McCormick Elementary.
It's one of the best feelings as a principal. It made me feel really proud, and I'm humbled by that pride.
McCormick in 2023 earned 2 stars. In 2024, the school jumped to 4 stars. Project Baltimore pulled McCormick's report card scores and found its 2-star jump was largely due to an improvement in one key area: chronic absenteeism.
In order to educate the kids, they have to be here.
What did you learn?
There's nothing that replaces relationships and a one-on-one relationship with the teacher.
It's easier because I know they're here every day. So if I teach something on Monday, it carries over to Tuesday. It lays the foundation. If they're not here, they miss it. So when they are here, they're able to get it.
In 2019, according to state data, the chronic absenteeism rate at McCormick was 24.4%. But starting in 2021, following the COVID pandemic, that rate began to increase. By 2023, 47.5% of McCormick students were considered chronically absent, meaning they missed 10% or more of school, or more than 18 days.
You clearly saw 47.5.
Yes.
Did not like that number.
No, we did not. And so that was our goal. How are we going to get kids into these seats?
So Principal Cortesis got to work. First, she identified and made a list of all students in her school who were chronically absent. She and her assistant principal personally called every parent on the list, which was nearly half the school. She then set up in-person conferences to meet the parents, find out why their child was missing school, and address each individual concern.
Yes.
Cortesis said those concerns mostly involved transportation and health. Following the pandemic, she said parents didn't know what to do if a child was coughing or had a fever. Do they need a mask? When should a student stay home if they're sick?
We did a lot of educating of parents. It's just really minimizing that confusion that's happened in society and showing parents that, you know what, we're still here. We're still a functioning school system.
Every 2 weeks, Cortesis revisited that list of absent students. The remaining families were again contacted and offered additional assistance. Slowly, over time, the list began to shrink as attendance rates rose. By the end of last school year, 47.5% chronic absenteeism at McCormick became 9.7%. A massive improvement that propelled this school's star rating from 2 to 4.
And it's the foundation to increasing student achievement. If you're not there and you're not present, you can't make the achievement goals that you set for yourself. So it is critical, absolutely critical.
Chronic absenteeism in recent years has become a significant educational concern throughout Maryland. Since 2020, the rate of chronic absenteeism statewide has increased from 18.3% to 29.8%. That increase is considered a crisis by many education experts. School systems around the state are scrambling to find a solution.
How many ones? 6. Yeah, guys.
There already is one.
Is there anything that you did here at McCormick that other schools?
No. It really is about your persistence. It literally was the consistency, the follow through, and the persistence that we had behind making sure that kids were in school. That's the biggest thing. Every parent wants their child educated. So having the kids in the seats is really important.
As we head into this new year, we want to hear from you, our viewers. Do you have a concern about any aspect of your child's education? Transportation, violence, bullying, waste, fraud, or abuse? We want to hear from you. Call our hotline, send me an email, follow us on social media at thefoxbaltimore.com to track our progress.
But a lot of work has still need to be done here. But the work is not done. So throughout my absence, there has been a lot more reports throughout Project Baltimore. And when we return, we have an update about the lift for that disabled student, as well as low income from one school district.
Over the years has proved.
Those stories when we come back. Stay with us. Look, in my absence, there's been a lot of things going on in the Baltimore City School District, from fraud to even people who are not freaking paying attention. And that's exactly what's going on. Success is not cookie cutter. And according to one principle, it's not cookie cutter. And it's been very difficult. So this is a story that's worth watching. So once again, Chris Papps.
After your story aired, your county gave you that proclamation?
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It affirms that what we do is important.
It's now been more than a month since Project Baltimore first told the story of Crellin Elementary in Garrett County. And the response, according to Principal Dana McCauley, has been overwhelming.
Well, absolutely, yes.
McCauley says she's received emails and messages from viewers all over the region congratulating her on Crellin's success or offering to be part of it.
I think people see what we're doing and they have a passion for something that's connected to what we do and they want to share it. Come on in. What comes next?
Crellin is a Title I school, meaning it has a high concentration of students living in poverty. Maryland has more than 1,400 public schools. 464 are considered Title I. And last year, Crellin was the only one that earned a 5-star rating for educational excellence from the Maryland State Department of Education, the state's highest designation.
They're gonna hang around. They're gonna want to know why all these people in these big old white suits are down here.
When we visited Crellin this past fall,
They're gonna be curious.
its unique approach to education was obvious.
We usually start with an N so we can move them around. Yeah, beautiful, Cap Tiny.
Crellin was built on top of an abandoned coal mine. Over 20 years, the entire school community, students, staff, parents, neighbors, worked to clean it up and restore the land. Today, there's thriving wetlands, a hemlock forest, and a trout stream.
It's a perfect example of our hydrosphere living with our biosphere.
Crellin also has its own agricultural program, all of it maintained by the students, who now have a stake in their school's success.
It's much easier to teach somebody who wants to be taught than somebody who doesn't want to be taught. And these kids want to do these things.
And this school's success has continued. Earlier this month, MSDE released its star ratings for 2024. And for a second year in a row, Crellin earned 5 stars.
I love that my staff, is being acknowledged for their work in my community.
You would encourage other schools to try to do what you're doing?
Sure, yeah. that it needs to fit their community, right? It needs to fit their place. It needs to fit where they are.
Not every school in the state can have a hemlock forest and a trout stream to clean up like Crellin. But Principal McCauley says every school in the state is unique. The secret is tapping into that uniqueness and getting the community and the students engaged. Project Baltimore emailed MSDE to find out what the department can do to help schools find success, like Crellin. MSDE replied saying it encourages school leaders to utilize approaches that meet the needs of all students. Each child's learning style is different. As we work to create a system of world-class schools that prepare students for higher education, career, and life, it is important to share best practices that can be replicated across districts and school communities.
It's not a cookie cutter approach. And it shouldn't be, right? Because we all have different kids. So we all have a different environment that we're living and working in. So it's not a cookie cutter. You just can't take it and move it over there. It's got to be authentic.
There is another update to this story. Crellin Elementary is no longer the only Title I school in the state to earn 5 stars. When Maryland released its 2024 star rating, Woodbridge Elementary in Baltimore County joined the list as the second Title I school in Maryland to earn 5 stars. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore. I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea.
When I first started doing this show 8 years ago, my focus was going to be on education. My focus was going to be on schools and putting education back on the map. And according to the community, to this person, one community, she's putting the education system back on the map in the city and the state of Baltimore, the state of Maryland, and the city of Baltimore. But there's now been an update. That lift. You may remember one kid. If you remember one kid who was begging the school district for a lift for the child, they were neglecting it because of what's been going on. But as you're about to see, there is some great news happening. Is that lift finished, or are they still neglecting because they're wasting a lot of money? Well, only one way to find out. Once again, here's Chris Pabst.
Is your wheelchair lift working?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
This is the moment Jameson Lewis has waited for nearly 2 years.
What are you most excited about to go upstairs to?
The library and or
Jameson has a genetic disorder called CMT, Charcot-Marie Tooth Disease, that's largely confined this 9-year-old to a wheelchair. And his school, Curtis Bay Elementary in South Baltimore, finally has a functioning wheelchair lift, making the building fully wheelchair accessible.
When we picked him up from school, and he said, guess what? I got to go upstairs to music class. And just the joy on his face was enough for me. He was super excited.
This was a battle the family had been fighting with Baltimore City Public Schools since November of 2022, when an administrator at North Avenue emailed the Lewises saying the lift would cost $132,000 and funding was identified. In March of 2023, that same administrator wrote saying the lift will be installed by Monday, May 22nd, 2023. 561 days after that date, when the lift was still not working, the family contacted Project Baltimore.
It said that I had to reach out for help to get it done when I was in contact with all these people to get it done.
On December 3rd, Project Baltimore got involved by emailing city schools asking why the lift was not functioning. 9 days later, on December 12th, the lift passed inspection and was operational. But while Jameson finally has his lift, there are still many unanswered questions.
I'm glad it's done now, but it's unacceptable it took this long. I would still like to know who's accountable for this, And what do they plan on doing about it?
City Schools continues to decline our request for an interview to discuss the lift, but we have received regular email communication. In this email, the district said, "We are sorry for the delays in the project. We wanted to do better, but the situation was particularly challenging." The statement explained City Schools experienced complications that required continual recertification visits by the state, and the matter was resolved as quickly as possible.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it as quickly as possible.
According to City Schools, the wheelchair lift was operational as quickly as possible, which apparently means nearly 2 years. Project Baltimore wanted to know more because the lift was paid for using taxpayer dollars. So we filed a public records request with the district, asking for expenses, emails, work orders, inspection reports, and other documents related to the wheelchair lift installation at Curtis Bay Elementary.
I want to know all the details. I want to know why it took so long.
But for now, as we wait for those answers,
All right, buddy.
Jameson's new lift is raising the spirits of his family.
I am extremely happy. It feels like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders.
Do you want to say thank you to Project Baltimore?
Thank you, Project Baltimore.
Fox 45 News has not yet received the results of our public records request. When we do, we will share them with you. In the meantime, do you have a concern about your child's education? We want to hear from you. Call our hotline, send me an email, follow us on social media, head to foxbaltimore.com to track our progress. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore.
Well, there was a happy ending here. But the thing we got to understand here is that things can take time. And it's great that parents are concerned about their child's education. But schools have got to do better. Your local school board. And if they have concerns about what's going on, then they got to ask the question and say, "Hey, what's going on?" In this case here, from it's just we have to make sure this does not happen ever again, and and I'll tell you.
For those nights where you have absolutely no desire to make dinner, this is what you're going to make on those nights to make your life so. Detours.
That's what we all have to understand here is that, project came into delay because of what's going on. Like, an issue with our education system or something else is going on, that's why we rely on our school boards. And if we don't rely on our school boards, then possibly we won't even know what's going to happen. So I'm glad something was being done to get that lift back on track. If there's any more Project Baltimore stories, we'll let you know in the near future. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Everybody is experiencing a traffic headache. And if you're one of those neighbors that are concerned about the roadblock McArdle and Everhart, you might know what I'm talking about. There's been some delays in construction because of what the city wants. And now some neighbors which you're about to meet are concerned, are frustrated all about these changes. So the question is anything going to be done, and what's the city planning to do? Here's Alexis Scott.
Why, then, do these people feel that they have the right to close down areas when they're not going to do no work.
Frustration from Bill Chisholm as he recalls when construction began on a main road near his home. He lives near McArdle Road, where he says construction isn't moving along as fast as he and other neighbors would like. He sees progress one day and says he won't see any workers for weeks.
They're forcing the traffic to go into the residential areas and are not built for the heavy traffic that's going to be going down these roads. There is no need to have these streets blocked off until they're actually ready to work.
Bill is also concerned about the students crossing the street from Gloria Hicks Elementary School and speeding drivers who cut through the neighborhoods. He feels the same about work on Everhart Road.
It's the same way and did no work for 2 months. When I called the city about it, they said they had a man go by to check on progress. There's no purpose in putting out barrels 2 months ahead of when you're doing the work.
City road construction is not only affecting residents. Chris 6 News previously reported some local businesses losing customers due to several detours on Everhart Road. Neighbor Ricardo Rodriguez agrees the projects are causing more trouble for residents.
Students come from the school down the street, and they go into the street, go around the construction, and some of those people don't slow down. Well, the traffic is, like I said, it's already crazy as it is, and then with this construction, it's worse.
City of Corpus Christi Director of Engineering Jeff Edmonds tells me both projects received underground infrastructure maintenance that is more detailed than just fixing the street. Work on McArdle Road is 75% complete and is expected to be done by May, while drivers will have to drive around Everhart until early next year.
We don't want to leave underground utilities that are fully depreciated or undersized. There is typically as much construction value in the underground utilities as there is in the surface improvements.
Both are several million-dollar projects from Bond 2024. Edmonds encourages residents to be patient with the road construction and says they could last for the next few decades.
The City of Corpus Christi encourages residents with any questions about road projects to call Engineering Services. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Alexa Scott, Chris 6 News.
And everybody has their own concerns about traffic. So therefore, several people should probably be concerned. All right, going into New Year's resolutions. Y'all may say, oh, well, my New Year's resolution is to lose weight. My New Year's resolution is to do this, this, and that. But everybody has their own resolutions. But most of them fail, and most of the ones not concerned about whether they're going to make it or not. So the question is, why are these New Year's resolutions failing? And how can we set those attainable goals? So experts that you're about to meet can answer that question for you, and you may get an answer to why you're neglecting New Year's. So with this in mind, here's my good friend Tony Holomir.
We all like the idea of setting a resolution and making a big change at the beginning of a new year.
According to this article by Baylor College of Medicine, 88% of New Year resolutions fail within the first 2 weeks, and according to Forbes, only 9% of the 38.5% of people who set resolutions keep them throughout the year.
Well, I don't like to say resolutions. I've made some goals because I want them to be attainable. Actually, you caught me at a perfect time. I like to come here, bring my coffee, and have Bible time. So that's like my number one thing. I am doing the Bible recap.
Krista Gutierrez shares that breaking down these goals into small pieces is how you can succeed.
Something that you know that you can totally work towards. So that's what I'm doing, and I feel like that's going to help me reach the goal I want to for this year.
Something that these two experts I spoke with agreed with.
Few key points to my mind. One thing. Pick one thing. One thing at a time.
I'm just going to go to the gym every day, right? Well, if you're not going to the gym at all, that is not going to be attainable.
In addition, Randy Cantrell, an executive leadership coach, says Your why matters for long-term success.
I think one big thing behind a goal should be the purpose. Why? Why do you want to do this? A lot of people will say, well, next year I want to make $10,000 more. Okay, why?
And Dr. Michelle Hollenbaugh with TAMUCC says accountability and support is crucial.
In counseling, we talk a lot about doing a check-in and saying, hey, is this working? Oh, this isn't working. Okay, what happened? All right, what should we change going forward?
Dr. Hollenbaugh says looking at the goal as a lifestyle change as opposed to a resolution can also help. From the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Hadamio, Chris 6 News.
Wow. So, yeah. If we don't make some changes, bad stuff can happen. And believe me, I don't want to be one of those people that would not have anything happen to our New Year's resolutions. My resolution is this. Actually, let me see if my PlayStation can pull up a my PlayStation can pull up a browser. Oh, might as well go on my laptop then. You know the coolest, and while we're on the subject of cool things, you know what the coolest thing about this PlayStation 5 is? I can play the Common Sense Alert. I don't have to show you this, thank goodness. I don't have to put the laptop on here, but I'm still going to read you the article that I have on here while I'm addressing y'all, so I can read the article from here, so you don't see the article on here. I don't want to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of people make the lists. So the goal here is to start small as you increase. My goal... You may remember my good friend, Miss Kayla Paxson. I said, well, I remember, why was she a guest? Well, she was not a guest. Although I have offered to have her come on the broadcast one time, and she was like, she said she was busy. Well, when I told her what my New Year's resolution was, it was to keep this community safe and to set good examples. That's my New Year's resolution. That's still continuing to this day. Like, just back on Monday, I brought back 6 carts. There we go. This is from last year. When asked what his New Year's resolution was, this is from Keelan. This is from Miss Paxson. When asked what his New Year's resolution was, Jonathan said it's to keep finding ways to help to serve his community. We could all hope to be a little more like Jonathan this year. Well, thank you. Thank you for all that you do for our community, Jonathan, and for all the music. Keep up the great work. I'm proud of that. And seriously though, I'm really proud of what I've done. You know, I've done more than just playing at. Let me pull something up here. And I really want to thank Tony Halamir for doing this.
Enjoy. Stuff, Chris.
Drop the sound for this one. You see this guy right here? That's me. That's an example that I set in this community. So if you drive by Waldron SPID and you see this person, just know that's me. It's still me. The same person that has this hat. It still has this hat on. It's still setting a good example here. So just know, you see this hat and some sunglasses, you're always thinking of me in this community, and I'm proud for what I have done throughout my 9 years of performing here in the Bluff. I'm very proud of it. I mean, like one of my friends said, like, "Oh, he's Flower Bluff famous." I'm like somebody to know. I've been on the news like 2 times. I was even on a podcast. So, yeah. So, yeah. I'm famous, bottom line. Alright. So you might remember back in 2020 when the pandemic happened. When the pandemic happened, there was a thing called Zoom bombing. When we return, we're going to take a second look into Zoom bombing, our investigation to Zoom bombing and how it's happening. From my perspective, and we're going to raise some common sense about why you should not be Zoom bombing what the FBI has put out. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Back in 2020, when the dreadful COVID-19 pandemic happened, we looked into a thing called Zoom bombing. If you don't know what Zoom is, it's an online thing it's an app to where you can video chat with your friends. Now, when that happened, a lot of schools have been using Zoom, while most people are using Google Classroom because it's safer. But with Zoom happening, there weren't any passcodes, and people were in there trolling the other kids. And there was 3 people involved. Jack Doherty, and Dom Tracy. 3 people involved. The video clip that you're about to see, and as we take a second look into this investigation, there is some common sense that needs to be raised here. Basically, it's like this. Don't be intruding on school classes. I mean, I get that that YouTubers have not been arrested for this, but do your homework and know the law. That's just all I gotta say. So here's the video clip from Mr. Doherty.
You guys right now. Guys, Zach is really about to get arrested. There's 2 cops outside of his house for this.
My heart is beating so fast.
Dude, show me.
I'm literally panicking.
Bro, go outside and talk to them. I think you'll be fine.
So bad right now. I'm just sitting outside.
Guys, there's 2 cops sitting outside Zach's house.
But why would cops come in a white SUV? What if they're not actually cops?
What if they're here to kidnap you? What if they're the detectives higher up and you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life? I'm just kidding.
Don't even play around.
I know. Yo, Zach, I dare you to go out there and go ask the cops for some Zoom codes. Dude, this man's so done.
Hey guys, Zach didn't record at first because he didn't know what was going on. Detectives came to his door and said that they're waiting for his parents because he's a juvenile and they can't talk to minors. Basically, they were waiting for his parents and Zach was just freaking out while he was waiting for his parents to come home from work. And yeah, guys, when Zach realized there were detectives at his door, the first thing he did was run into his room, grab his camera, and he also FaceTimed me. Before he even called his parents because he was so suspicious about the whole thing, he thought it was about the Zoom video with me, which it was. In the clips I'll show you later on, the detectives literally said they found him through my video. So I'm sorry, Zach. But yeah, guys, here's a clip of everything that happened that Zach caught on his camera.
I swear to God, they're waiting for my mom to get here. I swear to God, they literally knocked on my door, police. I swear to God. Yes, they are. They're in fucking outfits. They're in a white SUV.
But yeah, guys, at first his sister thought they were intruders because they weren't in like a police car. They were just in an SUV, and they were.
We're gonna skip ahead to when.
We're gonna blur the face of the detectives just so we don't get in trouble. Even though I'm pretty sure we're legally allowed to film them because it was on Zach's property. So yeah.
Him along with another juvenile is on there giving him information to video bomb the Madison classroom, and that's why Madison public schools had to shut down the use of Zoom.
For Madison?
Yes. I don't know if you got the update yesterday, they're no longer
I got
using
the
Zoom
update, but I didn't know
because
why.
Because of video bombing. And the video bombing was from his associate on YouTube.
My friend?
Yeah.
Alright, so basically...
You're juvenile. Can't talk to you.
You can't?
That's the law.
Okay, that's alright. I can't ask you guys, like, questions, though, or anything?
No,
Nothing?
you're juvenile. We're here to talk to you about.
And I told you, Zach, you know what? I told you not to do this. And I said, when you get in trouble, that's it. Did I say that or not?
I know. The video was made, it was all made for entertainment purposes. Did you guys see the video that was on another person's account or on my account?
I'm not going to answer your questions. We already told you.
What did he tell you? Where did he see the video? Where did they see the video?
He got a complaint from a New York school, he said. Someone from a New York school. So he saw you on a New York, at least you saw him on someone in New York.
He has a video up on YouTube of the teacher that reported Officer Van.
Right.
And then his associate on YouTube has a video of you on FaceTime, really shows you, giving him information to get into the Madison one, which like the Madison Public Schools.
Yeah, I did. My friend, like, this is like his living. This is what he does. He makes it for entertainment.
This is for entertainment purposes.
I know by all means it's not right,
Listen,
but...
you shut down the educational process. You committed crimes, and we're going to issue a summons for these crimes right now.
Okay.
I just have a couple of questions. Zach, what's your date of birth?
070603.
Zach, what color are you?
Brown.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Smith, do you have any ideas?
You know what does he have to do about work?
Yeah, because court dates are all pushed back, so he's going to be issued a summons to the court for computer crime 5th degree, conspiracy to commit computer crime 5th degree.
And honest, we know that touch.
And breach of peace.
Okay.
Alright?
All right. If you have any questions, you can all sit at the police department, all right?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Hey guys, in the middle of this confrontation with the detective, Zach and I lost connection on FaceTime. His phone died, so I didn't know what was going on, and I was freaking out. I didn't know if they like arrested him or what was happening, but I was absolutely freaking out. As you guys saw, Zach got charged with 3 different crimes, and he's most likely going to be expelled from school, but we're not 100% sure about that right now, because we did end up shutting down Zoom for the whole state of Connecticut, which I'm very deeply sorry for, but we had no idea that was going to happen, obviously, because we didn't see any other YouTubers that originally filmed these videos getting any consequences from it, so we thought it was completely okay. But yeah, guys, after this whole confrontation with the detectives, Zach immediately FaceTimed me, and we got that on video, so I'll play that for you guys right now.
It just hasn't hit you yet. They saw your video. I have to go to court on June 1st. So much. I'm like so hot, I'm shaking, I'm nervous. No, they left. June 1st, I have court. I'm like getting in trouble for distributing it. You're gonna get in trouble for being the one who goes in.
So yeah guys, that was absolutely insane. And yeah guys, so right after this whole confrontation happened, basically a bunch of news articles started coming out on Zach, and there's gonna be links to them in the description down below, but I'll also put some of them on the screen right there. But yeah guys, a bunch of news articles started coming out on Zach, and some of them were even mentioning me. So that night that all this happened, I actually decided to call the police to see if there was a warrant out for my arrest. There was a whole clip on that, I recorded that as well. It was like the scariest moment of my life, obviously, because there was so much going through my mind at the time, like, oh my god, this could literally ruin my life. So yeah, I have this on video right now, but I'm gonna change the voice of the person just because I don't know if you could legally record the phone call. We're gonna change the pitch of the voice so it's like unidentifiable, so the person who was on the phone can have complete privacy, obviously. So yeah guys, here's that clip. Alright guys, so I'm about to call the police department that's in Zach's area to see if I have any charges against me. But yeah, I looked up the police department on my phone and I'm about to call them because I'm so interested to see if I'm gonna be in trouble or not. This is actually the scariest moment of my life.
And I'm going to skip ahead to the phone call.
So we were both doing it, but today he had 2 detectives show up to his door, and he basically got in like a lot of trouble for it, and I just want to make sure like I'm not in trouble for it, you know? Is there a way to look me up in the system though? You can't? Okay. One of my other friends also got like a call from police department. I do. No. But I also have a couple questions. Is it joining random Zoom classes if I get the code from someone like illegal? Oh, okay. Do you know anyone that can answer from detectives today? But for some reason I didn't, and they found them through my video. I'm so confused. But yeah, so what he basically said was, if I didn't get a call yet, I'm most likely not in trouble. And Dom Tracy, guys, got a call from a detective that day as well, and I never did, but I was so confused because in the clip of Zach getting confronted by the detectives, they mentioned that I was his associate and that I was a part of this too, and that they found him through my video. So I was super confused as to why I didn't get a call and why I wasn't in any trouble yet. And we thought that the reason Zach was the only one in trouble is because he was the one who shared the codes with me in my video. And yeah, so I had so many questions going on, but the guy on the phone couldn't answer any of my questions. He didn't know what was going on really. And I was just freaking out because more and more articles kept coming up on this whole entire topic. They just kept on coming and coming and coming, mentioning me in the article, literally saying the Hannah High School gave a class link to a Zoom bomber in New York, which is a school Zach goes to. And then it said, with millions of YouTube followers, police said detectives are on the case. And then right there and then I was like, oh my god, I am like I'm next, like I'm literally next. What happened to Zach is really about to happen to me. So I started freaking out, stressing out, like really crying. Like I was like, oh my god, like I am done. Like I'm so done. Guys, the morning after all this happened, Zach's mom actually came into his room, woke him up, and said that he was on the news, which is super insane. So I'll play that clip for you guys right now.
Wednesday, a Madison teenager was arrested for allegedly hacking into an online class on Zoom. Officials say he was swearing and making obscene gestures. The teen is charged with computer crimes and breach of peace. Some towns are suspending Zoom classes due to hacker loopholes.
Yeah, in the article it mentions what Zach was charged with: 5th degree computer crime, conspiracy to commit 5th degree computer crime, and breach of peace. And it mentioned that the YouTuber with 2.5 million subscribers had someone send him the Zoom code to join Zach's class and blah blah blah. You guys can check out these articles for yourself. Just look up Zoom bomber, and I'm sure a bunch of articles are gonna come up. And also in this article it said, he said detectives plan to file a cyber crimes complaint in New York, though the actual crime was committed in Madison when the boy handed over the link. So yeah, immediately then I'm like, damn, they're coming after me. I'm so done, and I was just so scared. And there's a lot more in this article, guys, but they're really exaggerating everything that's going on, and they're making it look like we're such bad people. Meanwhile, all these other people on YouTube are doing exactly what we did, but 10 times worse things than what we did, guys. It's insane. So I'm like, why are we getting in trouble when there's people literally doing such illegal things on these Zoom videos, but they're coming at us? Like, it's just so confusing, and there's no one that can answer our questions because we're under 18. So that brings us to the next point, guys, where basically I had my dad hop on the phone with the detectives. I just confirmed my information and everything with him before he could answer any of the questions I had, because I just needed my questions answered. I need to know.
Which we're going to play out for you right now. But to give you a recap here, it's like, hey, I know the pandemic is over, but in the future references, we have another pandemic and we got to use Zoom in the future. Don't be doing this. It's not good. Listen, I get you want to make a funny video for YouTube and you're thinking to yourself, other YouTubers not arrested. Let's go do what they're doing. I understand. But you have to do your homework before you decide to go on a rampage. And then you're thinking to yourself, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. You have a conscience. You have a thing in your brain. You got an inner voice. Start using it. And then you say to yourself, hey, maybe this guy's right. I shouldn't be doing this. It's not good for me. Because in the future, you want to spend the rest of your years locked in a prison cell or in juvie? Because that's what Zach was charged with. Computer crime to 5th degree, conspiracy to commit computer crime to 5th degree, and breach of peace. If he was convicted, he'd be sentenced to juvie. Or they would actually charge him as an adult. But in the state of New York, or Connecticut, they couldn't even talk to him because he's a juvenile. So here's the clip of when Jack actually called the police department. And his father got involved. So let's play it.
Gives me the password illegal, because thousands of people have done it. So I just need you to talk.
Are you on the phone with them now?
Yes.
Hello?
Mr. Dory.
Yes.
What's your first name, sir? Okay. My name's Jim Mulholland. I'm a sergeant with the Madison Police Department. Your son was calling to speak to me, but unfortunately he's a juvenile, so I cannot discuss a criminal investigation with him.
Okay.
There was an individual in Madison who posted YouTube videos of him interrupting Zoom classes, okay? And during those, he did one of them to a class in New York. The lady called up, filed a complaint. It's on the video. So watching those videos, we find the link to your son, and your son posts videos of a FaceTime video with the other individual where you're talking about information to get into a Madison classroom in our jurisdiction, in which your son goes in there and video bombs that, and your son had it up on his YouTube. He since edited the video, so that portion of it's not in it, but we have the original.
Okay.
So that's pretty much where we stand right now.
Alright guys, so I have a little to explain to you right now. So basically, it sounds like the detective is saying that I Zoom bombed a class in New York, and then they reported me to the FBI, but I think they're talking about the fact that I'm from New York, and that the lady that actually reported me is from Madison, which is Zach's teacher, because he talked about how in that clip I FaceTimed Zach, and that was for Zach's class, and Zach lives in Madison, Connecticut. So we had 2 teachers reported us, one from New York, one from Connecticut, but I think it's just Zach's teacher. I don't know if this guy's confused or something, but either I'm facing double the charges, or this guy mixed up his words. So I'm praying he mixed up his words, because this just gives me like such bad anxiety. Like now I'm just like, I'm so screwed. Yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. I'm pretty sure the lady that reported us is from Madison, Connecticut. That's how all this started. So many questions are in my mind right now, but I'm gonna keep watching with you guys. So here's the rest of the footage.
I'm not the one that really viewed your son's portion of the video. I kind of handled the other matter of it, so I can't address specific comments. But for the one in Madison, when they're going in and doing those, they're using a computer, they're accessing a network. This individual in Madison was being obscene, okay? So it rises to the level of computer crime and breach of peace, and that's what that individual was charged with.
Alright, well, you're not doing that anymore.
No, obviously not. But yeah, I had no idea how bad doing that was. But like, if someone gives me the code, I'm not hacking.
I've done my research on you. I've seen all your online stuff. You seem like a very bright kid. All you have to do is Google Zoom bombing, and look what the FBI just put out in regard.
Yeah, but when I did it, there was no warnings about any of this.
There doesn't have to be a warning.
Well, I saw a bunch of...
Being offensive by someone who views your conduct is a criminal matter.
Well, I saw hundreds or if not thousands of other YouTubers doing it. So how come...
They didn't get caught.
So you were in trouble?
I don't know, can you ask?
So is Jack in trouble?
So yeah guys, I think it's super unfair what the detective just said. Basically said, you're only in trouble because you got caught, or like, you should have known it was illegal even though nothing was on the website. Like, I honestly think that is so unfair. Like, all respect to the FBI agent, but like, make it public that something is known to be illegal. Like, nobody knew that Zoom bombing was illegal. This is just so over the top. Just give me a warning or something. Don't just prosecute me right away. So yeah guys, I'm gonna press play. I gotta find out if I'm getting in trouble or not, so yeah.
So is Jack in trouble?
Yeah, at this point, one of my investigators is still working on the case. He's going to wrap up the investigation, and he'll be submitting a juvenile arrest warrant in Connecticut for your son.
Really?
Yeah, and we've arrested kids from Nassau County before for the other computer-related crimes. Generally, what happens is the judge approves the warrant. It's not like a physical arrest. We're not going to come take him away in handcuffs. We've met people, honestly, off the ferry and hand them a summons to go to court that day, so we just get off the ferry, go to the meeting, go to court. He still got to finish his investigation, write it up. Unfortunately, due to COVID, the situation, our juvenile courts aren't really doing much except arraignments, and it could be a while.
So yeah guys, I'm hoping all this goes over smoothly. Like, I don't want to go to jail. Like, I don't want that to happen, you know? They're getting an arrest warrant for me, but they're not necessarily going to take me in, which I don't know what that means or like how that works, but like, I'm praying it's nothing that bad. They're still going through the investigation, and I'm going to know more once the investigation is done, which I'm not sure when that's going to be. So I'm honestly waiting, and that's the worst part, like not knowing what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. Like, that's the absolute worst part with me, because like, it's going to be on my mind until the situation's over with, which stinks, and I just want to know what my consequence is going to be and just get it over with. My manager said they're trying to like set an example out of us, like they're getting us in trouble so no one else does it. Like, I think that's what they're trying to do as well, which stinks that I'm the one being set an example of and Zach's the one being set an example of. So I honestly didn't have it right through my mind because I had no idea any of this was illegal in the first place, but now it's just the worst thing ever. But yeah guys, on to the rest of the video, so here we go. And what would the punishment be for this?
Honestly, you're a juvenile and you live it. It could be transferred back to your court for community service or something like that. I mean, you're a kid, you're not going to jail.
Is there going to be a fine for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, I mean, obviously he's never going to be able to do something like that again. And, you know, whoever that kid was giving him the codes, obviously the kid can't give him the codes anymore, so that's good.
It is what it is, it was done.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Now, all jokes aside, guys, I'm getting fined for this. Kind of screwed. This is probably going to be really expensive with, like, lawyers and everything, and the fines on top of that. Like, I don't want to be taking that much money in my pocket. Like, I'm going live on YouTube every once in a while, guys, or if you want to Venmo me at Jack38, it's on the screen right there. I get all Venmo notifications, so if you Venmo me something, leave a message. I will follow you guys back on Instagram and start a conversation with you guys. Like, that's how much it means to me. Like, I'll start a fat conversation with you on Instagram. I'll follow you back on Instagram. Anything helps. Like, this is going to be so expensive, guys. You have no idea. Yeah, guys, on to the rest of the clip.
You gotta understand something, too, when you're doing these things. You're going into story acting company, that's fine, but when you're posting your YouTube videos, you're showing kids with their names on the screen. They're in a class.
That's the same as filming kids on a playground. Okay. Okay, it makes sense.
The crime is the conduct that disrupts it, that causes them to shut down the educational process.
Right.
And now they got to reassess how they do all this, and our kids are out of school.
But yeah, guys, that is it for the clip. It honestly stinks. Like, my dad is so disappointed in me, and like I hate that we are the only one. Like,
And hey, look, I get it. You know, you're YouTube. You want to make some funny content. You want to make some good content for your channel. I get it. But you don't need to go out of your way to break the law. YouTubers have been arrested, and they have been charged. Take the case of Dom Tracy. Now, if you don't know who he is, he filmed himself in school, and they told him that he couldn't film on school property. He couldn't film in school. He filmed outside of school, and then they told him he can't film on school property. The same thing with Jack. They told him he couldn't film on school property, but if he did, the police department could be involved, and the superintendent would be involved, and then he would be suspended. So, what I'm going to do now is play for you the clip of Dom Tracy getting swatted. Now, to clarify this is honestly before COVID. This was years ago. Now, in this case right here, well, I'll let him explain.
So, now you guys were probably wondering, what is this? What kind of video is this? Well, today's the story time, guys. Let's bring it all the way to the beginning, okay? Because I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking finish in a minute, bro. So, you guys know I make videos in school. I mean, look at all these videos that I make in school. So it's pretty apparent I make videos in school, right? Now, my school, every 2 videos I'll get called into the office saying that I couldn't film in school after the first 2 videos, but I still did anyway after that, which was fucking stupid. I don't know why I did it, but I did. Okay, so I did it anyway, and then after that, I got another warning, and then they said after that, this is her exact words, ready? Her exact words were, you can film outside, not inside. So I was like, okay. So I filmed a video of me camping outside, you know, outside the school for 24 hours. Next thing you know, I get called back in because now I'm not allowed to film on school property. Like, what?
That's because you're trespassing on school property. Now, if you want to film outside of school, then you got to get permission.
What the fuck? What is that? What are you saying? Like, I couldn't comprehend. First she said don't film in school, so I was like, okay. Then she said some shit like you can film outside, so I was like, okay. And then she called me in to say now I can't film at all on school properties? Like, what do you... So I'm basically banned from filming for the rest of my school career. Now, I'm not bashing on anyone in my school because my principal, man, I love her with all my heart. I love my principal. It's not her. Basically, sorry for ranting about that. This is the story time when my school got swatted. So basically they said, oh my fuck, it pisses me off so much. So after all this happened, I made a video about it with everything. It took fucking so long. So fucking long. So I finally get the video done and it's scheduled for the next day. And then I get called into the office and I can't upload it. They said I can't even talk about it, which I can talk about it. I know what I can talk about because my school posts something on Twitter. What kind of fucking school has a Twitter? Who? Like, I can't think of another one. They post on their Twitter, ready? I will read it word for word. I literally just spent all my time looking for it and I can't find it, so I'll just summarize it. I still don't have a good idea what it said. Today there was a bomb. It said something like a non-something bomb threat, but don't worry, all students are fine. I fucking wasn't. So let me give you a rundown of my day, okay? So I woke up, I'm feeling fucking horrible at the time, okay? I wake up and I'm running late for school, dude, and then I fucking remember. So in our school, if you play baseball, you have to dress up every fucking Monday. Like, I'm talking like a suit and tie, dude. Like, I was looking fly in this Instagram picture. Look at this. But I just wasn't feeling the best. My throat hurt. I have no idea why. I think I had strep throat or something. And then this collar on my fucking neck was strangling me, bro. So, you know, I wake up, I'm running late, I get dressed, I'm late for the bus. I have to run to the bus in my fucking suit and tie. Imagine you're sick, it's fucking cold out in the morning, dude. It was so cold in the morning, I remember. And I'm sprinting in a suit and tie, I thought my pants were about to rip. So, you know, I'm running, I gotta calm down. So I get to the bus, right? I left my fucking baseball bag at my house. And I practice. I practice after school. I left my bag at my house. It's a horrible day already. So then I get to the school, and I'm chilling through homeroom. It's a normal day. So that first period comes around. I remember this day. A teacher comes into my room. And you know, all the teachers don't like me already for filming at school. You know, them, dude. I had previous... Let me tell you what teacher said to me, okay? Now, I'm not going to name any names, but... Because then I can get in trouble. But I can't get in trouble if I could tell you guys any stories I want about my school if I'm not saying names. Because I'm allowed to, dude. So I had this one teacher. I actually have, I'll say 2 stories of teachers. There's at least 5, but I'll only say 2. Now, again, guys, this is off topic to the thing, but it's related to it, and I feel like you guys should know. Now, you guys could say, oh, well, you put yourself in that position for them to say something. Shut the fuck up! No, the fuck I don't. I film in school. There's so many other kids that film in school. I'm not gonna say any names because I don't want them getting right. Actually, I can, because the kid graduated. There was a kid that was a senior that would film in school and they wouldn't say shit to him, and he was doing way worse things than I was. He's telling girls, would you kiss me or slap me? Like a public interview. I mean, it was pretty funny. Not gonna cap. I know you're probably watching this for something. But they didn't say shit to him. They said to me. What am I doing? Because I have a larger following than him? What does that have to do with anything, you know? His video could easily blow up to 10 million views and get way more views than me. So I don't get it. Just because I have 2,500,000 subscribers and he only has 30,000, then I'm getting talked to and not him? Just doesn't make fucking sense. So anyway, you know, I'm walking through school. This is another day. This is the earlier. This is like probably April, the month before it happened. This one teacher tells my substitute, it's 9th period, I'm ready to go home. I got my book bag on. I'm hype as fuck to get home and eat some cookies and shit. So I'm ready, dude. I had the best day ever until this motherfucker tells my substitute, oh,
Watch out for him. Make sure he doesn't film any videos to make money off a non-profit school.
who the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? Now, dude, I was so tempted to say something that would have ended his life. All I had to say was one thing, but I just didn't, you know, because I'm a respectful kid, dude. Sometimes, not all the time. Depends if you fucking push my button, man. Now, I'm an easygoing kid. Like, if someone says something to me, dude, I'm just like, whatever. But this motherfucker always says some shit when I walk by, and he's an adult. So of course I said some shit back. Here's what I said. I said, why do you care what I do? He goes,
Oh, because you're making money off a non-profit school, making our school look bad.
like, honestly, I wanted to say, I don't give a fuck, but I didn't. Instead, I was the bigger person, and I said, okay. That's all I said. Okay. The next day, this motherfucker, same substitute, I don't know where the fuck my teacher was, walks in like this. You ready? So I'm sitting in my class like this. And this motherfucker's staring at me like this, dude. And when I'm walking, I'm still like fucking this. Then this is his dumb ass, you ready? Like, do you wanna fucking fight? I'm gonna slap you and your fucking kids. I don't give a fuck. No, not really, guys. It's just I'm pissed, dude. Like, I know it happened a long time ago, but I still fucking think about it, and I wanna slap this mother so hard. Now, I'm not giving any names, and I can say whatever the I want as long as I'm not naming his name. But that's one incident, right? Here comes the second incident. So it's first fucking period, another day. It's probably like 2 days after this incident. Mind you, all these teachers that say shit to me aren't my teacher. But I'm feeling that my teachers that are my teachers are now starting to dislike me. They're catching an attitude. They're writing me up for no reason. Now I do like this teacher a lot. She was like probably my favorite teacher, right? So if someone's calling me, I go like this, and I decline it, and I put my phone back in, and I got written up for all my phone. Like, what is it, a prison? Can you not go on your phone? Like, what? I was literally declining a fucking call. And you know, I sat right in front of her, so I seen whenever that fucking girl was on her phone. The whole fucking time. So why do you, like, I don't fucking get it. Okay, back to the second incident of what this fucking teacher said. This time it was a girl. Now I'm gonna give her a fucking nickname. Miss Dickhead. That's her name. Miss fucking Dickhead. It's first period. Mind you, I'm still tired. I'm still fucking tired. In fact, I was up all night the night before because I filmed a video staying up all night on a school night. So I'm fucking dead. I'm walking in the hallway like a zombie, bro. And I'm walking like this, yo. Whenever someone says something to me, this will be my reaction. And I was so pissed, I did not want to talk to fucking no one. So, I'm coming, I'm walking, you know, walking out of my first period of class. The class next door, the teacher calls me in. And this is the day after the bomb threat. And she goes, you know, it's your reason why we got that bomb threat yesterday. I was like, how was it my reason? I said, how was it my fault? She goes, oh, because you make videos in school. She's like, maybe if you didn't make videos in school, you wouldn't, maybe we wouldn't have got that bomb threat caught on us and wasted everyone's day. I said, I'll film whatever the fuck I want. Literally, I said, I will film whatever the fuck I want. And I just walked out. I felt like the biggest badass of 2019. You don't see that shit on the usual. You don't see a fucking student cursing at a teacher. I didn't curse her, I said, I mean, but still, fuck. And I know this video is probably gonna get demonetized for me cursing so much, dude, but it's something I am still mad about. Okay, guys, now back to the story time. So, as you know, I woke up, I didn't feel good. I had the suit on, I'm already late for the bus. I ran to it in the suit and tie. Forgot my bag at home. Get the first period, everything's fine. Second period is when shit went down. I'm in second period, right? And I hear we will now evacuate the building. Everyone in my class was like, did you do something? And I was just there, like, peeking, seeing what people were talking about, like, what the hell's going on. So we all get up. I'm bolting out the building. Everyone's walking. I'm saving my f***ing life. If something's happening, I'm bolting. So I ran out the building. It made me look even more suspicious, like I was, like, planning a fucking bomb in a school and then running out. But no, I was just trying to save my fucking life, dude. So anyway, I get outside. I get it. We have to walk in a single file line, and I have footage of this. I have footage, but I cannot show it because then the school can fucking get me for it. And I'm not trying to do that shit. So I have videos literally of police officers with AKs, and there's the school surrounded with cops with AKs, a helicopter overhead. Shit is going down. So we have to walk in. So the whole school has to walk all the way to the fucking soccer field. And mind you, it's blazing hot at this time. I'm in a suit and tie. I'm sweating my dick off. So I finally get there, and I get a text from my brother saying, yo, bro, what if a fan called the school? And I was like, yo, that would be fucking dope. Like, I can make so much videos off of that. And people would enjoy it because that's some real shit that people want to see. Because I know you guys wanted to see that video, but you know, I can't post the school got swatted video. So I'm still gonna post the thumbnail and stuff and say my school got swatted, but instead it's gonna be a story time instead of the actual footage from the school because I can't put that in the fucking video. Which I don't understand why I can't post stuff from outside the school, because if you look up my school, you can see outside the school. If you look up Dom Tracy's school, the school fucking pops up. So it's public knowledge. It's a public school. You can see all over the school on Google Maps. I don't know why I can't show shit from outside the school, but I'm just not even gonna do it, honestly. It's not a battle I want to fight, but I'm still gonna explain it because I have the right to explain it. You know, we're out there for like 30 minutes on the soccer field, and then we get moved into the football field. And I wish I could show you a diagram of how far this fucking shit is, but I can't. So we walk like another 10 minutes into the football stands. All 3,000 kids are in the football stands. Everyone in the school. We have like 2,000 or 3,000 kids in the school. All of us are on those fucking bleachers. And little did I know the school was looking for me because somehow I had something to do with it. So I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm here chilling with my boys and shit on the bleachers. I'm like, yo, this is dope. I'm getting out of school. And it's actually me not doing something for once. No, Dom, you're wrong, dude. You had something to do with it. So I'm sitting there on my phone. We're not even allowed on our phones during a bomb threat? What the? What do you mean I can't go on my phone during a bomb threat? I'm gonna text my mom so she makes sure like I'm good, because I'm not gonna have her worried while everyone's about to die from a bomb, okay? Now at this time, no one really believed there was a bomb. Now of course people when they walk by, they were like, yo Dom, what if it's a fan that called? And I would just be like, that would be, I'm not gonna lie guys, this is what I said. I'm like, yo, that'd be tough. But honestly, like it's not even cool. Whoever, now I'm thinking back, like at the time I was just thinking on the videos I could've did, I wasn't really focusing, but now, like after it hit me, I was like, yo, like that's messed up. And I'm gonna find that motherfucker whoever called. So if you guys wanna see like a video where I call him or talk to him about it, because I'm not gonna lie guys, I don't know who it is. Just leave a comment if I should call him or something. Ask exactly what he said and stuff. But yeah, anyway, it's been like 30 minutes from the call. All of us were outside the soccer field for 20 minutes. We walked to the football field for 10 minutes. We stayed there for over an hour. And then this lady comes up to me. She goes, Dominic, this is what she did. Ready? And I'm sitting there. I'm like, me? So I'm walking with this girl, right? And I go, I think I have a good idea, like, what's happening right now. She goes, her exact words, if you had a good idea, then why are you in the stands? We have been looking for you. Bitch, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that you're looking for me? How? I'm chilling. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do with your guys' procedures of me walking half a mile away from the school. My legs are dead, okay? My legs are... They're about to be amputated by how bad my legs are from walking that far. So then anyway, I was just like, what do you mean? She goes, you said you have an idea, right? And I go, I mean, yeah, it's an idea. I don't know for a fact. She goes, oh, well, you're about to find out. So she walks me over to the police car that pulls up right in front of the football stadium. So we're there, we're talking, everyone, all 3,000 kids, imagine this, all 3,000 kids are looking at you straight in your eye. Like you're a criminal, like you just pulled off the biggest badass prank of all time. Now everyone thought I did it for a YouTube video. So I roll up to the police officer and he goes, you filming any videos today? His first words, and I go, nah, I just filmed all of them last week, but they're uploading soon, why? I felt so cool. And he goes, well, did you call in and say there was a bomb? And I go, why would I do that? Why would I do that? And he goes, oh, well, do you want to call your dad because we're gonna need him? For f***ing what? What did I do? But anyway, I just decided to call him. The girl that I'm talking to at the time is looking at me like this. And I'm just like, sorry, like, see me go through this. So then, I get in the back of the police car, and, when I got in it, everyone was like, I was just wondering, they're treating me like a fucking criminal, dude. They started patting me down and shit, make sure I didn't have it. What the fuck am I gonna, look at me, what am I gonna do? What, please? And I was just like, why is the reason you're patting me down and taking my phone? He goes, oh, well, we have to. For what? Do you suspect I did something? Like, is there evidence that it's me? Because if not, I just feel offended. He goes, no, well, we have a good idea that it's one of your fans. So now you have an idea that's my fan? Now you have an idea that's one of my fans after you asked me if I did it? That just makes no sense. So then, meanwhile, I'm in the back of the police car. I don't have anything on me, dude. They basically, they matter of strip me down naked, dude, because they were like, I thought you were reaching for my balls, dude, honestly. So he's patting me down. He takes my cell phone. I don't know who the this dude is. I thought he was some detective. He's the part of the director that's asking me these questions while the police is patting me down. I thought he was some like FBI agent, dude. I thought he was fucking G.I. fucking Joe. I thought he was the badass of the badasses, dude. But no, he's a school director. I've never seen this motherfucker once in my life. He's dressed up like he owns 10 houses in Los Angeles. Like, I swear to God. Everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck did this kid do? So then anyway, I'm riding back to the school in this police cruiser. With the police officer, the board director, me in the back. And meanwhile, I'm scared as fuck. I'm like, what is happening? What did I do? I haven't filmed in school in a while. I mean, I did last week, but that was after you told me not to film anymore. And he starts bringing up, oh, well, this would have never happened if you would have never filmed in school. I would kill you, bro. I will. Actually, I can't put that because that will be a threat. I didn't mean it, guys. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to say I'll kill you. I will hug you, okay? So then anyway, I get back to the school, and while everyone's in the football field, they have canines all around the school. They're probably sniffing for the bombs or whatever, which people are holding them, of course, because those things will probably, if they see someone, they'll attack them. Wait, unless they're like highly trained or whatever, I mean, they have to be, but still, dude. Which I don't understand. If you're gonna have a dog sniff around for a bomb, what if that drone deploys you right next to it? You're fucking dead, dude. You're gone. You're in the air, your legs are detached from your body, you're gone. So I don't understand what they were doing. I mean, if there was a bomb in there, they would all have been dead. So then we pull up, and there's like 6 detectives there. My dad pulls up. They kept me in the car. The car wasn't even running. I was sweating my ass off, dude. I was like, I'm sitting in the car, I'm sweating my ass off. I still have my suit and tie. The camera's in the corner, I'm looking at it like this. I was dripping sweat. So then anyway, after 20 minutes of being in a hot-ass blazing car, it was like at least 98 in there. They let me out. I came out like a f***ing criminal. I was like this. They're like, you don't have to put your hands up. I was like, oh, my bad. I thought I was gonna fucking get sent to jail for something I didn't even know what I did. So then I get there, my dad goes, what's the reason that he's doing this? And then they tell him the same thing they told him. And then he was like, that's bullshit. You have, no evidence that he did it. And then my dad started snapping on the board of director or whatever for taking my phone and shit. And my dad goes, why do you have his phone? And he goes, oh. My dad said, give him his phone right now. Don't ever touch this thing. Because he has no right to touch my phone. It's not even a police officer. It's a board of director. What did I do? I was literally there. Just because someone called and you think it's a fan of mine, you target me in front of all 3,000 fucking kids in the school. Now, mind you, all the kids in my school Snapchatted me later and say, thank you for getting me out of the school. That's how bad everyone fucking hates our school, dude. I don't know if like all kids hate that school that much, but literally they did not want to be in school. They wanted to stay out there the whole day. So meanwhile, when my dad's talking to the police officer, I'm posting about it on Instagram, Snapchat, and I'm like, yo, whoever called the school, like, it's not cool. So then I eventually get to go home. I get to go home early. It's probably, at that time, it probably would have been like 4th period in my school. I have 9 periods. Probably would have been like 4th, 5th period. We're out there for like a good 2 or 3 hours. So I get to go home. On the way home, my dad rear-ends someone. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on today? I'm having the worst day of my life. So then I get to go home, still feeling sick, get in the shower, I fall asleep. And I come back to school the next day, I get called in to the principal's office, and I get, so I don't know if you guys know what 3 to 7s are. It's where, it's basically a punishment where you go to school from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now, I got 4 of those. Now, you guys are probably thinking, oh, because you called the scene yesterday. No! It's because I posted about it. This Instagram picture right here. I got 4 3-7s for this shit. And I said, I literally helped the school out, because if I said some other shit, you know how many other people would have called the school and left a bomb threat? Look, it's right here. The caption, read that. Okay? Read a chance. It's on my My non-working Instagram at Dom Tracy just doesn't work. And then I'm in there and the board of director goes, "You're not gonna post any videos about this, are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, and they go, "Oh, well, you can't show the school or any of the property, and we don't even want you talking about it." I'm gonna talk about whatever the fuck I want. I will leave my conversation quote to quote. I'm allowed to. I just can't show the fucking school for some odd reason. What the is gonna happen? Is someone gonna come in and fuck Black Ops 2 free for all it? Like, what? Like, I don't fucking think so. I really don't think someone would do that just because I make YouTube videos in the school. Anyway, guys, then I'm in 3 to 7s for posting that picture. I don't even know why. I'm in there like a fucking prisoner. I'm like, "Yo, what you doing here? What you do to get in here?" And the kid goes, this is literally what the kid said. He goes, "Slap some kid." "Oh, nice. How much 3 to 7s do you have?" "Got 3. "Oh, so you get 3 3 to 7s for slapping a kid, but I get 4 3 to 7s for helping the school out and posting about it saying, 'Yo, don't do this. It wasn't cool.'" Like, I just sometimes don't get my school. I mean, I love my principal. My principal, don't get me wrong, she is the best. She is the best. She helped me out like I love her, okay? She is the best principal you could ever ask for. You know who you are. I love you, okay? Just the board of director I just despise. So, anyway, I'm in 3 to 7s, dude, and I'm just sitting there like this. There's nothing you can fucking do. You just sit here for this, for 4 hours like this. And if you even put your head down, you gotta take another one. It's like fucking prison. So then, I get done my 3 to 7s, I go back to school, everyone's like, all the teachers are now like pissed at me, they like hate me for some odd reason. Now I know my ways to get them to like me again, it was like towards the end of the year, I was just like, this dude, I'll come back next year and I'll get these motherfuckers. And I might have a class with the one dude that always says some shit to me next year, so if I do, dude, it's on. Like, I'm gonna get probably written up every day, because I'm not holding back against him, dude. I don't give a fuck. I'll be respectful to your teacher. If you want me to get, like, I know it sounds pretty bad, but if you want respect, you gotta give respect, dude. Like, that's just how it is. And he doesn't give me respect, so I'm not gonna give him any. I know he's a teacher, I gave him respect, but it's coming to the point where I'm about to fucking kill him. I don't mean it. That's not a threat. I mean, what can I do? I mean, I'm not gonna touch you, dude, but I mean, lyrically murder you. I'll write a whole diss track on you, bro, and trust me. That's what I meant by murder, you guys. I don't want to get in trouble. Now, I'm releasing this video in summer, so I don't want to get in trouble, dude. I mean, when I go back to school, they probably won't remember it anyway. Watch, I'm saying that I go back to school the first day, and they'll be like, "Yo, what is this?" But I mean, I'm allowed to. It's a story time. Just wanted to share it with you guys. Something I feel really strong about. If you guys want to see a video where I call the dude that called the school and, like, left a threat. Now, I know who it is. If I'm being honest, guys, I know who it is. If you guys want to see a video where I call him and ask why he did it, what exactly he said, what did they say? Why?
That's going to be on a future video, so we'll let you know what happens. And we'll have a follow-up story coming up on Wednesday. So both those videos, the phone call and the follow-up, that's going to be on Wednesday. We're back in a moment. We've been doing a lot of body cam breaks, and we're almost out of time. I want to give you my interpretation of this. Let me play you this short one.
That's fine.
Yes, sir. Be rude, but we'll interrupt each other so that the other gets the whole story of the deal. If I say something, we can make corrections. We got a report from him. Deskin told him you can come get it after 7. That's when he said, "No way, you didn't keep your mic phone until after 7. Went up there, she was trying to put it in the top drawer of her desk and lock it. She had the keys were on a lanyard, you know what that is, right? And she's like this. He wanted his phone, so he went in there, grabbed the phone, and left class. Okay? So I had 2 different stories, okay, no? So what we did at that time is we interviewed. Mr. Brilliant spoke to, there was 24 kids in the class. Mr. Brilliant spoke to 5 of them. I spoke to 6 and we stopped. Because all the stories were all exactly the same. Here's what the class tells me happened. Really close. They said you were late to class, right? Went in, sat down. Sits there, they were taking a test. They issue you a test, right? You still had your phone out at the time. I don't know if the timing or whatever, but he still had the phone. Teacher come and get the phone. He gives the phone, just like he said. She's walking up to the front of the class. Says, "You guys can come get it 7th period, I'll lock them up." He got upset. He said, "No." On the way up there, he said, "Nah, nigga."
Hey, I did not say that.
That's what
I did not say that.
It's telling you what the class said, you know?
I didn't talk to any.
Didn't call the teacher that.
No, I
But you had made the comment, you walk up, and then
Basically, for this kid, if you don't remember, we showed you this. We showed you this earlier this season. It was to where this 16-year-old was basically assaulted a teacher, and the teacher reported it, and there were lots of interviews. And I kind of like this one. And here's the part that really got me.
I'll tell you. Yeah, Mr. Carrillo, the teacher took my phone for the whole day. Yeah, why not? How does this hurt if I'm wearing my hat, right? But the school says we can't. I forget. When you guys walked in, I have my dang hat on. You understand what I mean? And I'm
It's
always
kind of
telling
funny.
kids, hey, pull out. There's rules we don't like. Speeding. I love to fly. There's a police officer. And my wife has a BMW, brother. I love to go down the, when I go to Albuquerque, I'm going 90, 95, boom, boom. Right about that car, bro. If I get a ticket, what do? Pay for it. I pay for it. I'm not gonna sit there and debate it.
But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to pay because I swear I didn't even touch her. Maybe if I did touch her, it was probably like a little rub on my arm, but I know for a fact I didn't touch her because I would have felt it.
Doesn't matter whether you touched her or not. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter whether you touched her or not. If you touched her, you touched her. That's assault and battery. Doesn't matter. That's what the teacher reported. So, bottom line is, no assault teachers. It's not good for you. That's all for this edition of Game Break Monday going to Tuesday. We're going to see you again for Game Break Wednesday. We continue in the new year. For all of us here on YouTube, Game Break, I've always stressed it before. Stop bullying and speak up. Concentration, not strength. No jaywalking. And no assaulting teachers. Have a good night.